Hello. We should all have our packets out and open up to page 26. We are going to take what you learned on Thursday. Let's refresh. When we had to find several factor pairs, we had to find two factors that multiplied to something and added to something. And you did some delta math. You should have done some delta math. X Games practice. Now we're going to put that to use in factoring trinomials. So you should have that yellow sheet handy also. It will be super beneficial. All right, so standard form of a quadratic looks like this. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient of the x squared term, b is the coefficient of the x term, and c is our constant term. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I'm going to have you do 2 and 3 on your own. It says to identify A, B, and C. So we want to find A, B, and C. The A is always what's in front of my x squared term. What is in front of the x squared term? 1. The b value is what is in front of your x, and make sure we always bring the sign with it. In this case, it's a positive 6. And my c value is the one without a variable. It's my constant. It is positive 8. All right, pause the video and complete 2 and 3. All right, hopefully for 2, you found the a value is 1, the b value -4, and the c value -12. And for 3, our a value again is positive 1. The b value is -5. And our c value is 6. Notice, in all 3 of these cases, our a value was 1. That's what our factoring is going to focus on today. Okay, we are going to factor trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c, where our a value is 1. Okay, you must find 2 integers that multiply to get c, that's c value, and add to get that b value. So let's look at this guided example. X squared plus 7x plus 12. So what 2 integers have a product of 12? So if we think about those x games that we started the previous day, I need a product of 12 and a sum of 7. We can refer back to our factoring pairs chart. Let's look at 12. Okay. My product is positive and my sum is positive. So that means both numbers are going to be positive. So what 2 pairs of numbers are going to give me a sum of 7? 3 and 4. So 3 and 4. How are those going to help us? Well, we're going to factor this trinomial into 2 binomial factors. So what we're basically doing here, we are unboxing. Okay, we are going to unbox that trinomial. Well, x squared, how I get x squared is x and x. My numbers were positive 3 and positive 4. It doesn't matter which one we do first. Positive 3, positive 4. Let's check. If I do x plus 3, x plus 4, I'm going to have x squared, 3x, 4x, and 12. Those two would add up to be 7x, and sure enough, I would get x squared plus 7x plus 12. All right, let's look at the next one. X squared plus 5x plus 6. So I need two numbers, and I encourage you to write this, whose product is positive 6 and whose sum is positive 5. So let's look at our factor pairs chart. All right. Positive 6 is my product. Positive 5 is my sum. They're both positive, so both numbers need to be positive. That would be 2 and 3. So I'm going to write it as binomial factors. X squared is how it starts, so I've got x and x. And I said my numbers were positive 2 and positive 3. All right, let's look at the next one. It's a little bit different here. My product now is a positive 6 still, but my sum is negative 5. Well, to get a product that's positive, I either need to have positive and a positive or a negative and a negative. Well, I can't add two positives together to get a sum of negative 5. So that means in this case, they're both going to be negative. So what gets me to negative 5? Negative 2 and negative 3. All right, so essentially you're playing the X games with these particular problems. Okay, each of your factor pairs are going to be binomials, each starting with X. So put the multiplication sign above your C value and the addition sign above your B value. Use this chart if you need to. Grab a dry erase marker and eraser if that helps to circle them and zoom in on what you need. Complete these bottom 6. When you have those done, raise your hand and the teacher will come around to check them. Once they are correct, then your assignment is Delta Math. Good luck.